Hey, I have a question for you as I pull up my sweatpants into capris. Do you want to watch the Kevin Brennan Karl thing where Kevin Brennan loses his mind because Karl's wife asked him to take a nap once?
Well, I would.
You want to watch that? Okay. It's a My Lost Interest clip, and I love My Lost Interest stuff.
Are you asking me because you know I don't like these groups, or why are you asking me? Because typically you just bring things to me and I watch it.
I'm asking if you want to watch the clip. Okay. Is it something you'd be... When my co-host is interested in something...
I can laugh at anything.
It's better, in my opinion.
I can laugh at anything.
So, My Lost Interest got a clip. So, Karl... that whole Dabbleverse thing is, again, I say this all the time, so retarded. And it's fun to just kind of watch the retardation and not feed into the retardation, but rather do analysis. It's like being John Madden and having a telestrator and going, well, here's this retard, and he banged into this retard. Boom, they're both retarded. Apparently somebody found a clip of a live stream where Karl is playing the mandolin and taking requests from his audience, and his wife comes in and then asks him if he took a nap and says she wants him to take a nap, and then everybody's like, oh, yeah, they got Karl now. This really makes him look like a douche. And I'm like, does it?
I don't think so.
I'm like, that just seems like kind of a domestic moment. It doesn't make Karl look like a super badass, that's for sure.
No.
But it really raises to the level of when you go out for beers with your buddies, they're going to tease you about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, Karl, did you get your nappy nap in? It's not like a malicious thing. Like, people like Kevin who hate Karl, and like these guys all want to destroy each other.
What
for some
happened?
reason.
Why? What does Karl do that has made everybody hate him? Because if one person hates somebody, it's like, okay, that maybe is just a, whatever the name is.
I have no idea.
It seems like everyone hates him.
I have no idea how it works. But anyway,
he hates me.
This caused Kevin to go on like a 5-minute rant about Karl and his nap. Ironically, Kevin went off about this so much that I kind of felt like at the end of this, maybe he should have taken a nap. So let's take a look at this clip.
Okay.
This is from My Lost Interest. I love his work. I think he does really funny stuff. What he does is he clips these shows. He clips out the most like retarded parts of these shows and goes, here, isn't this the dumbest fucking thing you've ever seen?
You know what would kind of suck though? It means you have to watch all these shitty shows just to clip them.
Yeah, that is pretty rough.
Right. That's giving me a headache just thinking about it.
You kind of feel bad for My Lost Interest now. Mm-hmm. He has to watch all this stuff. Well, here we go. Here's the great Karl clip. And I like Karl. I text with Karl once in a while.
Yeah, me too.
This is the great Karl from Who Are These Podcast clip where, oh my God, this is so embarrassing for him. Everybody on the internet thinks that if something's not like the most hilarious thing ever, it's going to destroy you. It's the most retarded thinking in the world. Here it is.
Remember the time my Wi-Fi didn't work? Remember you guys did a whole episode on that? Show me you were married without telling me.
Careful the mandolin.
I know, I see it.
I was doing requests.
Okay.
We were playing requests for a little
Good
bit.
job. Did you take a nap?
I did not.
That was my request.
Did you?
That's it.
That's
that's the whole clip.
Pretty regular, right?
That is.
I don't know.
If there was not a definition of the term nothing burger,
that's it.
That would become the definition of the term nothing burger. His wife came in, saw him do some retarded streaming, like taking mandolin requests or whatever. And then she went, oh, hi, just checking out, giving him a loving little back rub.
And
then he goes, oh, sorry about my mandolin. I was taking requests, which is what you tell someone when they walk in on you doing something really dumb or gay.
Now, did she
explain?
Is there like any point in the video where she gave him like a nice, super, just quick shoulder rub?
No, she doesn't give him a quick. She just gives him one of these. Oh, like you wanted a. Oh, I see. Look at that. See, now I'm gay. See, now, now I'm going to be on Kevin's show. What are they doing rubbing her back on a show?
Feels so good.
That's so gay.
I really miss you yelling in Kevin's voice. That's maybe what I miss most about this.
I miss Kevin yelling about me.
What is the one thing
she's fine for like someone in Minnesota because they all look like that.
What did he say about me?
Yeah, they all look like that in Minnesota. That's how everybody looks. All the girls look the same.
He didn't give me a compliment. No. He's just like, no, she's par for the course.
That's just how they look there. So Carl's wife asked him if he had taken a nap. Oh, you caught it with your twat. Nice work.
Ouch.
Twat mic.
It was heavy.
All right, so here's Kevin losing his mind about, again, maybe the chat thinks I'm a softie and that, like, this Karl thing is like, oh, Aaron, this is a big scandal. His wife literally was like, hey, you're kind of a, didn't even say it, but what I would think was, you're kind of a crabby bitch today. Did you take a nap? You should probably take a nap.
Yeah, she said it very politely.
Yeah.
I've said that shit to you before, not on air maybe. No,
Sure.
I've probably done it on air. Been like, hey, why don't you go take a nap after this?
I've said I need a nap on the air.
I say.
Stop streaming, please.
You were married without
sorry.
telling me.
Careful the mandolin.
I know, I see it.
I was doing requests.
Okay.
We were flagging requests for a little
Good
bit.
job. Did you take a nap?
I did not.
That was my request.
Did you take?
That was it.
That was it. That's the whole clip. And by the way,
Basic.
people try to shit on Carl's wife and say mean shit about Carl's wife. She's cute.
Oh, I don't feel
It's
one
like
way or another. She's fine.
Fucking nice lady. She seems like a nice enough, fun
I
enough.
can't be too complimentary. Karl really doesn't like me.
That's true.
So I got to just be in the middle of the road here.
Yeah.
Take a nap. That was my request. Did you take a nap? That was my request.
There is something about the way Kevin loses his mind over nothing that will always entertain me.
That was literally nothing. There's nothing to be losing your mind about.
There is nothing to make fun of him for.
Here,
There's
watch.
nothing to be mad about. And Kevin can pull anger out of a sunny day in a heartbeat. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, hey, did you think about maybe taking a nap today? What'd you think?
I mean, I haven't yet.
Maybe before the gym, should you take a nap?
I mean, maybe.
You didn't take one yet, though.
No.
Okay.
All right.
There.
I gotta say, Kevin, I don't
Disgusting.
feel like a fag.
I do.
She does, but she should.
I can't show affection.
Is that his fucking mom? That's his wife telling you. We never saw cranky Karl.
His voice
Does
is like
Karl
2
get
octaves
cranky?
higher.
Needs a Snickers bar. Does he? Is that what happens to Karl? Where's your? Does he get hangry like Chad? Well, why didn't I see this?
Because there's nothing to see.
Because it's nothing.
Because it's literally the biggest waste. It's only 5 seconds long, and it's the biggest waste of time that's ever come across my transom.
Oh, sweetie pie. What is he, like 65, did you say?
Yeah.
Sweetie, you're 65 years old. Don't worry if somebody got asked about a nappy nap or not.
You can't be the age where you take regular naps and then criticize others for being asked about naps.
You did this to Chad the other day, too, where Chad was talking about having a bicycle, and Kevin's up there laughing like, well, yeah, that's a good way to pick up hot chicks. Meanwhile, he's the one who rides a bike.
Maybe all of Kevin's rage is a projection.
Yes.
Like Kevin's like,
obviously.
I'm 64 years old. I need to take naps regularly because I have low T. And then Chad goes, I rode my bike. Bikes are for homos. And it's like, you wear a fucking balaclava and a bicycle helmet.
Yeah, but bikes are gay.
Bikes are gay.
Wives are gay.
Yeah, I don't want to be seen as like simping for Karl or anything, but this is.
I would never.
I think the person ranting for 5 minutes about Karl being asked about a nap is probably the person who's got the real problem.
A tiny bit.
Yeah.
Why wasn't this mocked and trolled? I'm confused. Why wasn't this mocked and trolled? Please, somebody tell me why this wasn't.
It's regular. It's normal. It's a nothing.
Think of how normalized all this retarded dog shit behavior must be in that world, that they think a 6-second clip of someone being asked about a nap is something that should be mocked and trolled over and over. Imagine living in a world where it's all that shit that you're like, oh. But that's what it is. All of their shows are built on outrage towards each other.
Yes.
So they now have to manufacture outrage towards each other. This Dabbleverse thing has almost become like MSNBC. They have to just manufacture
It's very cunty.
Drama and cuntiness where it doesn't exist.
Yeah, because if Karl isn't bothered by his wife walking in and saying that, I don't know that we should be.
Right.
That's how I always feel.
And it's funny, you could probably go to Karl and be like, if you hung out with him, you'd be like, hey, Karl, get that nap in today? He'd be like, fuck you.
Well, and I said, I think it was last night, I said I was a bit nervous. Like on Monday, I came in here and gave you like a kiss goodbye before I left because I wasn't going to see you for a while. And I did it in front of the camera, which afterwards I was like, maybe I shouldn't have because I'm sure he'll get fucking dragged for it.
Fuck that shit.
Because that's how gay you people are. It's like, oh, this really pretty girl gave her husband / boss a kiss before she left. What a fag.
The boss thing turns
Am
you
I
on
right?
more than the husband thing, doesn't
No.
it? A little bit.
And the cameras are on.
All right.
Mocked and trolled. Show me you were married without kids.
He's
Without
going to play it
telling.
again.
Careful the
I
mandolin.
know, I see it.
I was doing requests.
Okay.
We were flagging requests for a little
Good
bit.
job. Did you take a nap?
I did not.
That was my request.
There's literally nothing.
I
She's doing a funny little callback to what he just said.
actually don't even know why that was clipped itself.
Right.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
Commonplace.
First of all, the fact that you walk in on your husband playing a mandolin
That's gay alone, right?
and you didn't hit him over the head with the mandolin, she's a saint. She's a
gonna
wonderful lady.
I'm going to teach you to play a ukulele so I can hit you with it.
And then
someday.
just like Jeff Jarrett cracked me over the head with it. I mean, you walk in on your husband playing a mandolin for the internet. The next day you walk in with him with a dick in his mouth. It's a natural progression on the timeline.
Right. I would assume that if you were sitting here playing the mandolin for your audience, that tomorrow Gino's dick will be firmly planted in your throat.
Yes. I mean, I love how everyone in that stupid-ass Dabbleverse doesn't get what gay is because they all are. And they're like, oh, you know what you take away from this clip is that Carl's wife asked him if he'd take a nap. And I'm like, no. The takeaway from this video is Karl sits there and plucks away on his mandolin like he's at a fucking Renaissance festival for his audience playing requests. Which, by the way, $5 super chat, mandolin rain, please. It only makes sense.
And he's stunned. He's stunned. That was
not.
my request.
He's not
And he
stunned.
doesn't even respond to it because he's like,
That was just the end of the clip. God damn it, Kevin. Stop this.
Do you see what I mean about these people needing to manufacture outrage to fight each other?
Look at his face.
It's Look at him. He looks like a character in Punch-Out that just got hit by Little Mac. He's losing it.
What sound is that face making right now?
Say Neil Brennan's name.
Neil Brennan. Neil.
Say Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show.
That's what that voice.
Please never make that sound again.
That's what that face does.
it's just not, I don't know. I don't know. It
Put
doesn't
your
matter what
eyebrows
the
down.
context is. I don't
He's
know what.
turning tomato again. You know you got Cardiff
He
Electric's a
folds
potato.
like a Shar-Pei under here when he
Yeah.
gets upset.
Cardiff's a potato. Corn Diff's a corn. He's got to be a tomato.
I can't do this.
What show that was? Is that one of his special emergency shows? Because John did a tweet about his dad having cancer, and then Karl had to do an emergency show. Guaranteed, Shirley was like, Karl, you know what they do? You do an emergency show, and everyone will send
Okay,
you
stop
super.
this clip.
Kevin, okay, maybe you and I are going to say the same thing.
It is so incredibly faggy that all of these fucking shows sit and say, oh my God, emergency stream, something happened. All of you do emergency streams over bullshit. Like, I couldn't care less.
Well,
it's not important stuff.
And what I was thinking
Ooh,
was,
somebody yelled at another guy, let's do an emergency stream.
you guys spend all day thinking about what the other one is thinking, and you're missing out on everything going on in your life.
Yes.
I wonder if Shuley told Karl that Karl should do a show for Shuley because Shuley thought that John was a... Shut the fuck up, you whinging old man.
It's really painful to watch.
Get on your bicycle.
Excuse me?
I need a nap.
Have you napped lately?
It's none of your fucking business, bitch. I think that's how you're supposed to answer your wife when she says that,
Okay.
according to the Dabbleverse there.
I'm sorry. I'll go make
Here.
you a sandwich.
Let's do that sketch. Ready? Let's do the Karl wife thing. Okay. Hey, don't step on my homo instrument. I'm playing it for people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, did you take a nap yet?
Touch me again, bitch, and I'll fucking kill...
Okay, I will, I'll get down, I'll suck your dick and then make you a sandwich.
That's how it should be in the world.
Don't be so red.
Ah!
Don't be so red. Scary.
Then you just turn into... You start yelling, but then people get angry enough, they cross over. Like when you break the sound barrier, you break the Brennan barrier, you start yelling, why don't you get on your knees and then suck my dick? And after that, I'm going to ride my bicycle and I'm going to go to the store.
The bike-sickle?
My bike-sickle.
Chats because they feel bad for you. Even Chad Zumach felt bad for Karl. He reached out to Karl. Karl, are you okay? Anything I can do to help, Karl? You're a leader. John was mad, even though you talked about your dad having cancer years ago. In a video that I saw. But now all of a sudden, John made a tweet about, of course it wasn't funny because John tweeted it.
Why the fuck are you spending this much time about this shit?
Do you know that I literally don't check Twitter ever anymore?
Do you know that
Unless
literally...
I have to message someone there.
Do you know while he talks, I heard John and then rant, and then Chad,
The Charlie Brown
rant,
sound. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I listen to Misery Loves Company.
So then it was considered inappropriate. So Julie was like, Karl, do an emergency episode. Do an emergency episode. Everyone will send you super chats because they'll feel bad for you.
How ironic that he's making fun of a guy who said he didn't take a nap when he's about as red-faced as someone who probably could use a nap.
He needs one. You're almost borderline tantrum.
Kevin
right
Brennan
now.
has needed a nap since 1983.
1983.
1983.
Wow.
And he hasn't taken
Not
one.
a singular nap. You know why? It's all these emergency streams.
You guys keep doing this emergency shit. You start drinking margarita mix, you forget what's up and what's down.
It's unfucking believable.
Right?
You're
Did you
talking
take
about
a
it.
nap? That was my request. Holy shit. Imagine if me or Opie, God, our wives walked in, our beautiful wives walked in, asked if we took a fucking nap.
I mean, in your case, we'd all understand it. Yeah, look at his face. He's got the Keystone Bitter Beer guy face.
I can't with this guy. I don't know. I hope he's getting paid handsomely to behave this way.
He is. He is getting paid very
I
well.
hope that he's not doing this because this is just actually who he is. I hope it's the money for his sake.
What if my wife came in here and told me to take a nap? I don't know. You could put a poll on your channel and it would be 93% yes. We'd agree with your wife. You could probably use a little siesta.
93%, huh?
Because that was their request. It couldn't have been more perfect. You couldn't have scripted. He's taking requests. His wife's clever, though. You got to give her that.
What the fuck? That wasn't a planned
She should have
thing.
been a sitcom writer. I'm taking
Like your brother?
Which one is it? Are you shitting on her or you're complimenting her on her skills?
Sometimes his anger gets away from him and he doesn't remember.
I really do detest this shit.
request.
I
Get
hate
nap?
it.
Nope. That was my request. Couldn't have scripted it any better. Perfectly scripted. And
He's got another minute 45 left on this.
I can't. What is left to be said? She asked if he had a nap yet.
Karl stepped on
He's
his
acting
own
like it was
fucking
written.
mandolin. Or, stepping on a rake. He stepped on his own mandolin by saying he's taking requests. And his wife said, yeah, that was my request. You taking a fucking nap. Take a fucking nap, Karl!
Says the guy leaning into his camera and screaming. Stop it.
But
Please.
that's what I love about the outside looking in perspective
I
is that
don't.
these guys are too close to it to see it. You can see it. You're like, you understand that you're so dug up and you're so dug into this shit that you don't see yourself and you can't be self-aware. You are red as a tomato, leaning into a computer camera, screaming for someone to take a nap.
If I don't see this, Aaron,
Yeah.
I can still believe that it doesn't exist. I can believe that this conversation didn't happen. I can believe that the clips aren't happening. The show in general doesn't exist.
This doesn't make you feel better about yourself?
No, it's not that. That's fine. I do feel
Yeah.
better about myself because I don't behave this way. This is insane.
Sure.
But I don't want to believe that he is actually this person. I'm really hoping that it's just the money. Do you think there's any softness to Kevin Brennan ever?
I bet. You know what?
Ever.
He loves his wife. He loves his kids. I'm
I don't
positive.
know. He's
I'm positive.
so cunty about everybody else's wife and kids.
He's a grumpy old man, but I'm sure in private he loves his wife and he loves his kids.
I hope so.
You fucking pathetic hack!
As we sit there and go, I bet you in private he loves his wife, he loves his kid. You
I didn't say
pathetic ass.
I didn't say it.
Why is that people are not clipping this? Where the fuck is Bex? Everyone's afraid of Karl? I know Ray's afraid of Karl. I can't.
He's bugging. You're bugging, Kevin.
Look at his face.
I can't watch this shit.
I love
This
it.
is retarded.
It's so stupid.
Look at him. I want Kevin to be able to watch. I want him to watch himself back sometimes and just think about what he's doing about nothing.
April.
This is much ado about nothing,
April.
sir.
It's too late to save him.
I'm literally strangling my fingers with my cord right now.
It's too late. It's too late.
Neil, if you care about your brother at all,
He doesn't.
have a conversation.
There's no conversation.
I paid Ray $9,000 last year.
Cool.
It's documented,
Last
Ray.
year.
Ray, send me your information too. Where you live. I don't know what your fucking address is.
You don't
I
need
couldn't
to.
even begin to. What? Do you have a permanent address? Do you have a PO box? Where do I send the 1099 to? But Ray's like, I gotta do a show.
What are you talking
that
about
was a
now?
$10,000
Nobody knows.
mistake, Ray.
What
You made
just happened?
$9,000
Nobody
in
knows.
2023. You probably would have made more this year. Remember?
He's trying to send Ray DeVito a
'Cause I
1099.
could probably use you more because Levy's not
That's on
here and
topic.
Chad's not here. I mean, Chad's here. He's just not here every day. And even when he's here, people lose their fucking mind. They're like, Chad and Kate Meady, go watch Melton. Melton will do an episode about, you could Kate Meady and Chad can be here. And then Melton could do a follow-up show right after me where he tells me everything I'm doing wrong.
God, this is just all because Carl's wife very innocently asked him if he'd taken a nap today.